On this week's show, Infinity Reading Books, Toy Box Search, and 2.0 Villains. All this and more on episode 72 of the Inside Infinity podcast.
What's up, guys? This is John Vignacchi, executive producer on Disney Infinity, and you are listening to Inside Infinity, the first official Disney Infinity podcast on the net.
Inside Infinity is brought to you with support from Eviloss Customs. Eviloss.com is your number one place for custom Disney Infinity figures. His latest editions include custom Red Hulk and custom Gray Hulk. Head on over to Eviloss.com to find out more. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 72 of the Inside Infinity podcast, recorded on, I don't even know what today's date is, January 12th, 2015. As always, I'm one of your two hosts, Will Kelly, and joining me tonight, Mr. Jason Haynes. Jason, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. What can I say? Cowboys won the Super Bowl, didn't they?
We were even discussing canceling the show altogether because your team and my pseudo team did not do so hot yesterday.
Disgusting display. They knew that the quality of the show depended upon those wins. They didn't pull it off. So I don't see why I should bother trying.
Nope. You're just gonna show up now, right? That's all you're gonna do.
Yeah, I hope you've got a good voice because I'm just gonna sit here in silence
and stare at me creepily. I don't do that because that worries me a little bit.
All right. I'll be back in the game. No, it's all good. They were just being considerate, realizing that I had a lot of work to do, and thought, why delay this thing anymore? And now I can focus on other things instead of football.
That's.
Oh, and thanks to all the listeners and friends who reached out to rub salt in the wounds yesterday. Appreciated
it. Well, I must be honest with you. I was not following. I should have, since the quality of the show depended on it. But I saw your tweet and I was like, all right, the Cowboys won, so Jason's going to be in a good mood tomorrow. No, I was sadly mistaken.
It's all right. That's football.
Well, that's okay. I guess we'll have to wait for next year.
That's right. I'm excited about it.
Well, you know what? So we had some of our friends that were giving you a hard time yesterday with the Cowboys, but we did have another one of our listeners, Justin, actually tweeted at both of us today, and I just had to bring it up, Jason, because anyone who's listened to the show for quite some time will really appreciate this item that they tweeted to you. So it's a shirt, and Jason, do you know what I'm talking about here?
I believe I do.
So we've discussed often how dangerous of a place Australia is because of all the deadly animals. And Justin sent us this and references all of the dangerous Australian animals and how you can protect yourself against them. And I just thought it was hilarious. And it kind of brightened up my Monday. So Jason, did it brighten up your Monday a little bit, or were you offended? I swear.
What, if I ever see a kangaroo with a gun like that, I'll be running.
You're not going to stick around to find out how this kangaroo has a gun. I'm not going to lie to you. I was having a conversation about The Walking Dead yesterday, and I know you're a fan of the show. I'm a fan of the show, and my buddy and I, we were discussing. He's like, man, if The Walking Dead ever happens, he's like, the first thing I'm going to do is go to Australia. He's like, because it's an island and zombies can't swim, so first thing you got to do is just get rid of all the zombies on the islands. And I was like, yeah, but then you have to worry about all the dangerous animals. I'd rather face a continent full of zombies than I would all the dangerous Australian wildlife you have.
I tell you, I don't know if deers are like this, but in Australia, whenever you see a kangaroo on the side of the road, it's a real standoff. You got to choose to go real slow and stare it in the eyes, because that thing will suicide in front of you at any moment, and it will total your car.
That is good to know.
Yeah, so just beware of kangaroos. Whenever you see, we have signs over here. I'm sure you've got the deer signs, the kangaroo signs. They keep the kangaroos up ahead.
Yes.
Koalas.
Yeah, we do have that.
We have koalas. I don't see them doing too much damage to the car. But anyway.
That does make sense, though. I get it. I'm trying to get your levels correct, everyone. Sorry for the chat. Jason's audio is not... Oh, I know. I'm an idiot.
Unacceptable.
There we go.
Turn it up.
Now it sounds
I
good.
might
Now,
I might have a rant in store
yeah,
and pay for it to be missed.
that's why people show up is to hear a rant from Jason. That's like what this show is. Speaking of that, if you do want to show up and listen to one of Jason's mini rants, make sure you head on over to our website. Each and every Monday evening, we've revamped the website a little bit, but every Monday evening we are recording live, and you can go in there and chat with us. Right now, our live URL is ditv.co/apps/live, and that's how you can chat with us. That might be changing in the future, so stay tuned. Hope you like the new site. We're gonna work on it. We're gonna continue to work on it and make it a little bit better and a little more video focused. With that, Jason, I think we should probably go and get things started today. We have limited time. We do want to make sure that we get through everything. But before we do that, I want to mention that Inside Infinity Podcast is brought to you in partnership with the Disney Infinity Fans Forum. It's DisneyInfinityFans.com, the number one Disney Infinity related fan forum on the internet. There's a great group over there, lots of good conversation, great community, traders, news, rumors, just everything. So they're friends of ours, and we dig what they do. And like I said, they're the number one place out there for Infinity fans. So head on over to DisneyInfinityFans.com. Also, if you like reading blogs about Disney Infinity, head on over to our other friend Jason, not Jason Haynes, but the other Jason. Jason's website, infinityinquirer.com, for Disney Infinity related news and rumors and sales. That's one of the best places, Jason, for sales that you can find. He does a great job of encapsulating the weekly sales. So with that, I say we get things started. First up, we want to ask, since we're going through kind of some changes with the website and with our content, Jason Lloyd and I have been discussing the Inside Infinity podcast, trying to figure out what that sweet spot is. So for those specifically that are our podcast listeners, so our audio listeners, let us know what you think about this next question. So we're thinking about this episode is probably going to be 30 minutes. As podcast listeners, do you prefer shorter shows somewhere in the range of 30 to 45 minutes, or do you like kind of the hour shows that we've been sticking with lately? Let us know, and we want that feedback, and you can send us that feedback at info@disneyinfinity.tv. Other piece of community information. So Jason, we finally got our Extra Life giveaways. We want to thank Disney Interactive, specifically Disney Infinity. We have 5 packages we're going to be giving away. We're going to announce those winners next time. And so what this is for those that donated to any of the team members through Extra Life during the Extra Life Marathon, you are entered to win one of those prize packages. There's a t-shirt, there's posters, a figure, and a few other goodies in there. So just wanted to let everyone know about that, give you an update on that, and let you know that next week we will be announcing those winners. Awesome, Jason. With that, so let's go ahead and get started with the news items. We actually have some news this week. First up, did you see these Disney Infinity reading books for children? So,
that's my reading level. So that's they're actually novels to me. That's fine.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it up on the screen here. So these are Disney Infinity chapter books, and they are coming next month. So this is over at Infinity Inquirer. We'll post this in the show notes on the website. So Disney Infinity is partnering with Random House Kids Publishing to create a new series of Stepping Stone books. They're going to be released February 10th and are currently available for pre-order on Amazon now. The first 2 books in the series are Toy Box Trouble and Treasure Hunt. So it does seem like these are, I don't know, they have some narrative in it. So it's not just like the books we've seen up to this point, but actually have like some story in there and taking place in the Disney universe, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know, Jason, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, I think it's interesting because I guess this adds to the idea that Disney Infinity is a platform. Obviously, that's not game related. So it's almost like Disney Infinity, the game, has led the way for Disney to continue down this road of mixing their characters and universes together, which is, I think a great thing. Again, I think there's possibly a missed opportunity there of perhaps having some form of tie-in with the game with products like that, whether it's coming with power discs or whatnot. I don't even know that's necessarily the case, but Yeah, I think it looks cool. I mean, I've said for a long time, I think there's an amazing amount of really cool stories that can be told when you mix these characters together, mix the characters and universes together. So I
Yeah.
think that's cool. I'd buy them.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I kind of like the thought that like any pretty big successful franchise is has like multimedia, but you know what I'm saying, like different facets of entertainment there, and yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool, and it's going to introduce younger kids to the Infinity Universe even more. So we're not going to call this propaganda because that's not what it is. It's I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so that's pretty neat. Jason, next up on, and you actually were kind of sorry for Jason is the one who brought this up before tonight's show, so I want to thank him. But we missed this. Well, it happened over the holidays, and so we didn't talk about it last week. So now we're going to talk about it. So they rolled out an update on the Disney Infinity website, and so if you go head on over to the official Disney Infinity site, click on the community section. There's this toy box search here now. This is pretty cool, Jason. So you can actually search for toy boxes and download them to your registered consoles directly and play the toy boxes. So you can kind of browse the toy boxes. So I'm just going to type in Haunted Mansion here. It was a little bit slow, so there are some search results. And so there you go. So toy box search, and it gives you the stats on it. So this looks very similar to the toy box search that is in the game itself. You can click on the view toy box, and then it allows you to share out a link or download to toy box save. So this will download directly to your toy box save, so to the cloud. And the same goes for, so the view is essentially the same thing. It just takes you directly to it. So I don't know, Jason, what do you think about this?
I think it's a step in the right direction. Perhaps I'll, I'll hold my extended thoughts for another time, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. I just think it could probably be a smidge more. Oh, sorry, let's put this. There's a couple of features I think they're missing, like the ability to like. I don't believe I couldn't see it. There's no ability to like the toy box within that search, as far as I could tell, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because
Yeah.
you theoretically you need to play it before you can like it. But um, yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Well, and it kind of we talked about some similar things way back on an older show of ours, talking about, I don't know, making the toy box access and browsing a little bit easier, and this
Yeah.
is one way of doing that. I guess I don't. It's cool. I'm just trying to figure out when.
I can't remember. Did that make my top 10? I can't, because I changed it. I'm just going to quickly check whether that's actually on my top 10 before I elaborate.
It's not
Toy
mine. What
box.
does the chat room think? So Lord
No,
Deshiro
it
is
wasn't.
saying very cool. Lim's saying awesome. How's it going, Lim? Yeah.
I guess it's all based on, like, I'd like to know what the search is based on, whether it's based on, like, are they, like, do you create keywords for your, do you create tags and stuff for your toy box? I can't even remember at this point in time.
I don't think so. I
Um,
think you just put.
so the search is probably based on descriptions then, I guess, or something that they're tagging toy boxes as. But as you said, at the end of the day, it's a way better system than what's built into the game itself. So hopefully we see something similar integrated into the next version of Disney Infinity. But it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and it looks. Yeah, it's interesting because it looks like the top three. I'm just going through here. At first glance, it looked like it was being presented in kind of order of downloads, but that is not the case. For
Okay.
example, I scrolled down the page here, and here's our friend Pirate Stevens. One of his toy boxes uh, has a lot more downloads, but has Haunted Mansion in the description. If we scroll up to the top, the first three have Haunted Mansion in the name. 4, 5. So I'm wondering if maybe it searches title first and then description. So
Is my group toy box there? Let's have a search.
search Groot.
Yeah.
You just
What
you
is it
just want
called?
to see your
Evening with
stats.
Groot.
That's what you want to do. So Groot, what was the name of it?
Don't even remember. Groot the musical?
There it is. Yeah.
32 downloads. Thanks, people. I'm retiring as of today.
Oh, what happened there, Jason?
Look, this whole site is rigged. What can I say?
It's rigged.
They're clearly dumbing down the views.
I just successfully downloaded it to my Toy Box saves though, so you're safe now.
Thank you for your download.
You know what, Jason? I can tell you what the problem is. The problem is if you look at any of these other toy boxes, there's a description. Yours has no description, so that is your fault.
Kick away. No.
Go fix that.
I think one of the most powerful things that they've got in this, and this is the power move, is the ability to share toy boxes.
Yeah.
Because in the past we've always just said, oh, download this toy box, and it's a nightmare to find it. But the ability to share a link with your friends and then be able to then like queue that up into your downloads is massive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of the area I was heading to with our website, but now they've basically created a similar situation that we won't need to do that. But that is really cool to be able to socially share a link to a toy box that you want every one of your friends to experience, whether it's your own or someone else's.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool and really does open the doors, if Disney don't do it, to create a really good database somewhere of really well categorized top toy boxes. So hopefully we'll see that in the future.
Well, and Lim is actually bringing up an excellent question, and I think the answer to that question is yes. So here's one of our, who asked me to do this? Sorry, I know everyone can see. Swaloo, or SWA, sorry everyone. So Find Cosmo, this is one of the toy boxes. So Lim brought up the great suggestion. Lim, I want you to try this. He is on an Xbox One, so go look for Groot the Musical Jason made on the PS4 and see if you can download. And you should be able to. This should allow cross-platform sharing and saving because it's sharing or it's saving to your cloud, to your Toy Box saves. So
that's very interesting. And you raise a good point because what were the restrictions? Weren't there restrictions? You had to be friends in order to play, or is that what you're saying? You only had to be friends in order to share it?
So yeah, we weren't really sure. We thought that just being Disney Infinity like ID friends, Disney Interactive friends, allowed you to share cross-platform, but we could never get that to work as a team. We tried multiple times, and so but that was a random. I'm not friends with a lot of the people.
And there's no clear. Oh no, there was no clear indication whether that was a PS4. That's actually a good point. There's no indication to say whether they're PS4, PS3. You'd think they have some form of filter to filter out to say this won't run on a PS3 because it's PS4 or next gen size toy box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to pick holes in it, but there it is. There's the holes.
Well,
gaping holes.
But it's good that it's
although it does know what version you've got, so maybe it is automatically filtering out the ones you can't play because you do. I believe you have to be logged in order to search for the toy boxes.
Yes, but let's see here because I have 2 Disney ID accounts, and what is my console? Oh, yeah, that shows PS4. Yeah, it's hard to test. All right, Lim's logging in right now, and he's gonna try it. So he will let us know, and then we will let you know live on the air here. So.
Excellent.
Yeah, so Lord Jashiro is also making a good point. So he's asking if we could create toy boxes on PC and upload them to a cloud, play it on consoles. Yeah, you should be able to do that regardless. I mean, you were able to do that with the iPad and the old PC version. So yeah, the answer to that should be yes, with or without this. Interesting. Yeah, this is really, really interesting. So, Lim, let us know about that. Be curious to see. That would be an awesome way because we have multiple people on our team. We have some people on PS4, some people on Xbox One, and we've kind of been stuck where we can't collaborate on items or just share cool toy boxes that we worked on that we wanted to show off. So, this is a pretty cool thing. So. Cool. Well, Lim let us know, and we'll let everyone else know. So that is item number 2 for the week. Item number 3, the really exciting one. Disney Infinity Villains are coming out this week. So Yondu, Green Goblin, and and Ronin are coming out this week, and yeah. So not only that though, Jason, the videos are now on Disney Infinity as well on the official Disney Infinity website. Jason Infinity Inquirer has those up on his site, but yeah, these are, I don't know, people are pretty excited about these. You're going to be able to pick these up. There's some sales going on with some of the retailers around here, but I do want your thoughts on this, Jason. I mean, these are the kind of the first villains we've gotten if you don't consider Venom a villain. So what's your thoughts on these Disney Infinity villains being released this week?
Well, before we get onto that specifically, I wanted to discuss the just as a thing. So after these ones, it's only what's her face, right?
And Loki.
Okay, and so why is Loki not coming out with these three?
I don't know because I don't think Yondu is even considered a villain. So
Okay, so anyway, so we got Loki and Jasmine,
Jasmine.
and that effectively, except for the Tron figures,
Mm-hmm.
finishes the 2.0 figure release. Do we know if the Ultimate Unlock, which we won't spoil just in case anyone doesn't want to know it, but whether that unlocks will effectively unlock with Jasmine, or we're gonna have to wait for the Tron figures? You think?
So I think you're gonna have to wait for the Tron figures because those are Disney original characters, and so that's what. Well,
Because
there's
there's two Ultimate Unlocks potentially, correct?
Mad88G is also saying Falcon. Falcon's one.
Oh yes,
But
Falcon, of course, yes.
yeah, there is kind of two unlocks. I mean, the Marvel ones aren't really unlocks. I mean, it's not items that you get, but there is kind of a special thing that you can take a look at. Won't spoil that either. But yeah, so with all the Marvel characters, there are certain things that you get. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait for the ultimate unlock, like the first one. I think is going to be every single figure.
I don't know. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised at that. Only because of this whole controversial download thing. Like you can't play the Tron figures. You can't even have a place to put them without the download, the update, so to speak. Um,
So you're saying the ultimate unlock will?
I think it'll be with excluding the Tron figures. That's my
Oh,
prediction.
okay,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying. But we'll know, obviously, because the Tron figures will be absolutely the last. That's my kids. You could probably.
That's what people get for asking me to
School
turn up your
holidays.
volume.
Exactly, exactly. In fact, it sounds intense out there. So, anyways, back to my thoughts, and that's a perfect segue to what I was going to say about these new figures coming out.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think it's a good thing. Oh my god,
Well,
it's a good thing.
well, while the commotion is dying down over there,
Yeah.
Romulus in the chat is saying the strategy guy said 30 figures for the unlock. So strategy guy just saying excluding the Tron. So maybe you're right
So,
about the Tron ones.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. For those that watch my top 10 video, my number one want, I think it was the game, yep, was to become a true platform. And so I'm not going to go into too much more details about this, but I just want to state that these figures are great, but I hope that in 3.0 we get more value for what the figures are. Because in my mindset, if you've played all the play sets that they may or may not be compatible with, there's not too, and you're not necessarily into the toy box, there's not too much incentive to actually use the figure that you're purchasing. So I hope in future versions that there's more that comes with them, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
Well,
thank goodness for a 30-minute show.
Did you next time don't feed him like a huge
Yeah.
pixie stick thing of sugar before the show?
Clearly a mistake.
Oh man.
But anyway, so yeah, just to give an example, I would like to see with future releases of figures, whether it be more toys get unlocked with those figures. At the very least, I would like to see a series of toy boxes created by the toy box community that unlock with Kira, that unlock with the figure. You know what I mean? That because you
Oh,
can
that's a
set
good
toy
idea.
boxes to only be played with those figures. I would expect that there would be a series of community toy box creators that have created 3 or 4 toy boxes that are exclusively for use with that figure. So day one, you've got an excuse to check out these top tier toy boxes with your new figure. But then the ultimate one would be, I think everyone agrees, it seems like a huge missed opportunity not to come out with an Aladdin playset with Jasmine and Aladdin. And the only way that that can happen is by creating a true platform situation where an entire playset can be downloadable DLC, which we've already proven in previous shows that clearly they're not opposed to it because they're going to release Tron figures that requires DLC. And let's face it, someone brought up this week alone that these next-gen consoles are pretty much guaranteed online anyway, because you've got a situation like Assassin's Creed Unity, which had a 40 gig download patch that made it, playable. So anyway, I think we'll delve into that one a little bit, further in a future show where we can discuss more about what it means to be a true platform versus a game. But that was just my thoughts on these new figures. I just felt like, is the value there? Because even in 1.0, we got adventures to play with the 1.0 figures. So in my mind, there was a little bit more value potentially there. But anyways.
Yeah, and it's weird because I guess for the Marvel characters, one argument can be had for, well, you can go and play the playsets. But the problem is we're, I don't know, months post-launch, and every single playset that is released was released at launch. And so we've already been through them possibly even a number of times with different characters already. So I don't think that's an argument in this case because, again, I don't want to go play the playset a 10th time. Yes, technically it's possible, but even if, like you said, you had an adventure or community-created toy boxes that were released the week of that required those characters, that's another awesome idea, and then you could leverage that community team.
Certainly our gamer demographic too. Obviously, younger players, I'm sure, would be happy to replay a playset with those figures. But obviously, we're speaking on behalf of the older gamer, so to speak.
So, Full of Gunk in the chat is saying, agree 100% with Jason on this, in parentheses, as usual, need to have more value to them in game, or to the game in general. So, you know what? 2.0 is hopefully an iteration, and yeah, Jason, I can't wait to have that platform conversation with you again. I mean, I remember us mentioning it with 1.0. I think we were maybe talking about a Cars playset. I mean, a Planes playset, and how they were coming out with a video game. We're like, why are they not just coming out with an Infinity playset?
Oh, it's a cool conversation. I look forward to it myself.
Definitely. Of course you do. Cool. So, you know what, Jason? That's pretty much going to wrap up our conversation. Do you have anything else you want to say about the Villians?
No, I just they nail it. They nail the toys. They look great. I want to leave on a positive note. As always, they look great. They've nailed the toy. But as I said, I want to see more value in game. But maybe they'll surprise us. Maybe these will be surprise hit characters that everyone absolutely loves to play. Personally, I am kind of looking forward to the Green Goblin, but
so the Green Goblin's the one that you're looking forward to the most.
I think so. Out of those three, Yondu, I really couldn't care less about. It'll be interesting to see what his weapon is, though. I haven't seen the video yet. Have they nailed his weapon?
Yeah, it's his whatever it is. The arrow. Oh, sorry for that loudness. Glad no one. So there it is. So yeah, that was his arrow thing.
So they've basically made it a heat seeker by the looks of it, have they?
Yeah, kind of like it reminds me of, in a way, of I don't know. Not really Iron Man's shield, because Iron Man's shield was spins around in a circle. But yeah, it does track.
I personally would have made it like the I'm not sure what Zelda it was, but one of the Zelda games with the boomerang, was it? Where you could like mouse over a target and highlight X amount of targets, then release, and it would hit those targets in that order. That's how I would have made it. Just saying.
Yeah,
yes, that would have opened up an amazing amount of toy box opportunities. Yes, it would have been. I wanted to land on a positive note, damn it, end this podcast.
So here's a positive note. So that online searching feature allows for cross-platform downloads. So
Well,
I
that
can now.
deserves an applause. That's awesome.
That's huge. I have a buddy of mine that he's a Disney freak, and we both had the 360 version of the game, and we were sharing toy boxes back and forth. The week one of launch, he's like, "Oh, I updated my Disney World." He's like, "I need to share it with you." I'm like, "And I'm on PlayStation, so we can't." So now I got to give him a call and say, "Hey, share your toy box now, so I can download it." So yeah, that's really cool,
That is very cool.
really cool. So there you go. That's your positive. So so listen, thanks everyone for joining today. We had quite a few people in the chat. I got to give a shout out to Primetime UCF. We have Romulus in there, Jose Lewis, Protheon, Jason, you don't count, Omi, Grinning Eggler's back, Latin Soul's back, Full of Gunk's back, Dragon Skull, Lord Jashiro, Model Train Man, how's it going, Nick? Torch, Matt88, Captain Disney, Disc Primitive, and Jason from Infinity Inquirer, and SWA Love. So, and BWQ. So, welcome everyone to the chat. Hope you enjoyed this week's show. If you want to listen in and chat with us while we're doing the live show, you can do that. Just head on over to ditv.co/apps/live. You can chat with us every Monday evening. You can also do the same thing on Twitch. Just go to twitch.tv/Disney Infinity TV. Normally when we have these shorter episodes, 30-minute episodes, we're going to be doing live streaming after the show is over to kind of fill in that hour or hour and a half gap at that point. Today, unfortunately, we had some things pop up, so we're not going to do that this week, but next week, if we have a short show, then we'll be doing that again. So you will have some entertainment. It will continue. This week, however, for those that missed it, we did some live streaming last Thursday. We're going to do some live streaming again this Thursday evening, so watch our Twitter for that. Should be some fun. We're going to be doing that with Sarah and Steve and another special guest. Not sure who that's going to be yet, but we got content coming. We're still working on our other piece of content that will be scheduled, so make sure you keep tabs on us and what we're doing and kind of the refinements we're making. We're really excited about it, and I think it's all going to be enjoyable for you all out there. Also, subscribe and like us on YouTube, youtube.com/Disney Infinity TV. Really appreciate it if you did that. Jason, I think that's pretty much all my plugs. Did you have a good show?
Very good.
I love Lim was saying that the princesses were awake, so I like that we had other special guests on tonight's show in the form of your daughters.
I will be gagging them and caging them as normal next week.
And you're gonna set your Infinity figures just right outside, just out of arm's reach, so they can't play with them too, right?
That's right. That's right. Number one dad.
Awesome. Well, Jason, as always, it was fun, and yeah. Any last words?
No, just I'm starting to get my top 10 video extended thoughts out, and we'll see those over the next week or two, but I'm pretty busy, but I'm excited about them, and I look forward to discussing hopefully the first one next show.
Really? All right, that's good. So for those people that want to see your top 10, what they can do now, they can just go to our website, or you can go to YouTube or to our website, and so it's one of the first items on here is top 10, and then so you're coming up with your rebuttals now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm extending my thoughts on each of the 10 because I've got lots to say. So, and I want to hear what everyone else has to say so we can discuss it. And yeah, I appreciate everyone that's told me that that's a stupid idea. So I really do like to hear why it's a bad idea too. That helps me to come up with an even better idea. So it's been good. I'm very impressed with the comments. Look forward to discussing other people's ideas on the show, not just mine.
Lord Jashiro Son, wait, what's this? Mini rants? Jason, where are our 15-minute long rants? Oh, great. Well, yeah, so the content's already being pumped out, and go take a listen to that from Jason. So with that, Jason, I think we're going to call it a day. Thanks, everyone who tuned in and who's listening to the audio version or checking us out on YouTube. We really appreciate it. And until next time, we hope your week is filled with infinite possibilities.